Shabbat Shalom. I want to give a Kahala Yahweh, Bahashema Mashiach, Wamalak Yahushua. That's giving all honor and praises to the Most High and to the Son Yahushua, who the Battle Axes of the Most High. Soldier Donovan, got Soldier Razatat, got Soldier Renard, man. Just trying to bring out a mighty class through the Most High God's name. The title of the class is Where Does Your Faith Lie? Where does your faith lie? Because, you know, I always start off with like a little backstory because, you know, coming into the truth, you know, we always had our trust and our faith in the 401k, government assistance, the money that you got saved up, your retirement funds, the money that you got stowed away. We always had a lot of trust and a lot of faith in the things that couldn't profit us in the long run. You know, we always wanted to break generational curses, wanted to get down all these things, but we never put faith in the person who gave us those generational curses, you know? So coming into these last days, knowing that the election was just a couple of days ago, we see who got in, we see who didn't, we see what the things to come. And, you know, we got to prepare our spirits for these things. Like, who would you have faith in? Would it be man, mammon, or Yahweh, man? So guess what? You either trust in man, or you trust in demons, or guess what? Are you trusting Yahweh? Why Yahweh Shah, man? Like I said, man, Shabbat Shalom, the brothers and sisters that tuned in, man. Shalom, Shalom, Zako Manta. Shalom, Moses the Messenger, man. Shabbat Shalom, y'all bruise. How y'all doing? We're just gonna start off with like a little opening precepts, man. Allow brothers and sisters to get in here. Let's go to Psalms. Chapter 20. We're going to start at verse 7. Psalms 20 and 7. Go ahead, Art.
Psalms chapter 20, verse number 7.
You good?
Psalms chapter 20, verse 7. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we will remember the name of the Lord Yahushua. And we will remember the name of the Lord our God.
That's right, man. Because the thing is, it says some trust in chariots, some trust in horses, meaning I guess what they trust into the strength of America. They trust our army. They trust the #1 army in the nation. This is what they trust in. They trust in that gun they might have at the house, that AR, that shotgun, that damn AR shotgun that we seen earlier. A lot of people trust in a lot of these things of the world, but it said us, we're going to trust in the Lord, man. This is where we're going to fully think. These are the things that we trust in. These are the things that we remember. We remember the faith that the Lord gave us, the diligence that he gave us, and all the tools that he gave us to make it to the kingdom. But read on.
God. Verse 8, they are brought down and fallen.
It says they are brought down and fallen. This world is being brought down and fallen and starting to fall, man. It is falling, man. Babylon is falling, this world is falling, and Israel is on the rise, man. We got to understand these things. We got to understand that the Lord is turning the clock, man. All that captivity, all the rape, bribe, the murders, and the pillages, and all the things that we have done as a nation of people, the Lord is slowly turning that thing around, man. And this is what he was doing. He said they are brought down and fallen, but read.
But we are risen and stand upright.
Guess what? Now we standing upright, man. We have risen from those dead estates, from just being so-called Negroes, so-called Mexicans, so-called all these bywords and proverbs that we've been called over these numerous years, man. We're waking up to who we are, and we're starting to serve the real and true living God, man. This is what we have to have faith in these last days, right? Read.
Verse 9, save, Lord, let the King hear us when we call.
And this is what we putting faith in, that when we call to the Lord will hear us. Guess what? That King of Kings, the Lord of Lords will hear us in our time of distress and come get us. We know Jacob's trouble is going to be a hard time for us, but guess what? That's when we need our call to be heard the most. We need to call out to the Lord, and the Lord has said, all right, you know what? Christ, go ahead and go back. Go ahead and fulfill that prophecy. Go ahead and go save your people. And this is the faith. Where does your faith lie? Does it trust in chariots and horses? Or do you trust in Yahweh and Yahweh Shai and then his horses and chariots? Which side do you choose, man? Shabbat Shalom, brother Jose. Doing pretty good. How about yourself, man? We're doing real good. Good week, man. A lot of ups and a lot of downs, but that's what comes with captivity, man. It says, believe in Sirach 2:6. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way right and trust in him. And that's a great precept, because that's what we got to do in these last days. We literally got to trust in the Most High God, man, because if we don't, we'll be led astray, man. Which one? In 86? Oh, 118? No, bring it up.
Let me get Psalms 118 and verse 8, because this is exactly what I could basically going into. Like I was talking about the election and how brothers and sisters be putting their trust in men and all these different type of things, man. But every time it comes to some type of situation, you know, the Most High God, he always give us that right answer, man.
That's right.
Like how he said, hey, choose thee life so that both thou and thy seed may live.
Mm-hmm.
Even in this, whenever I get there.
Psalms chapter 118, verse 8.
Bring it out.
It is better to trust in the Lord.
It is what?
It is better to trust in the Lord.
So he said, it is better to trust in the Lord than what?
Than to put confidence in man.
And to do what?
Than to put confidence in man.
Because, hey, in these last days, you can't put your trust in nobody, even when it comes down to your family.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy, mama, sister, brother, uncle, auntie, pastor, all these different type of people. Even this weak-ass president that we got. Hey, but nevertheless, we can't put our confidence in them because they going to fail you every time. But when it comes down to the Most High God, hey, he got that thing, man. But read on.
Verse 9.
Uh-huh.
Verse 10.
Uh-huh.
All nations compass me about.
No, verse 9.
Verse 9, you right.
Okay. Verse 9. It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in princes.
So that also goes into like the leaders and things that in that nature. But go ahead.
All nations compass me about.
Uh-huh.
But in the name of the Lord will I destroy them.
Will I what?
Will I destroy them.
So we know all these nations, they compassing us on a day-to-day basis, man. We know that Russia and Ukraine, they going to war with each other. But then, hey, it's going to come a time where Jacob's trouble is going to come along. And they're going to try to attack us. For what reason? Because we're the chosen people, man.
That's
but
right.
go ahead.
God. Verse 12. They compass me about like bees. They are quenched as the fire of thorns.
Jump up to verse 11.
Verse 11. They compass me about. Yea, they compass me about. But in the name of the Lord, I will destroy them.
Hey, King David, he took with it. He said, in the name of the Lord will I destroy them, man.
That's right.
That's some top-notch faith that King David had. But read on,
Verse 12. They compass me about like bees.
Like what?
Like bees.
So we all seen brothers and sisters whenever they try to mess with a beehive, we know, hey, they swarm you, man. Because they be like, hey, you trying to destroy me. So, hey, I'm going to destroy you, man. Hey, like I say, like white on rice, or like flies on, you know what. But go ahead.
They are quenched as fire of thorns.
Uh-huh.
For in the name of the Lord I will destroy them.
Uh-huh. Last verse.
Verse 13. Thou hast trusted sore, and at me I might fall.
That I might fall.
That I might fall.
Uh-huh.
But the Lord helped me.
But the what?
But the Lord helped me.
So in these end times, hey, we always gotta, go back to the Lord and let the Lord help us, man. At Exodus 14:14 and a plethora of the precepts, man. The Lord's gonna fight for me, man.
That's right.
But hey, you can really read this whole 118, man, because it's a pick-me-up scripture and it lets you know, hey, this is where your trust should be. But that's it on that, all right?
That's right, man. That's a great precept. It's crazy. I didn't have it, but I was going to touch on that point that even Jose pulled that that Jeremiah, that 17:5. That's the precept for it. So Psalms 118:8 is a precept to that Jeremiah 17:5. If brothers don't have that, y'all write it down, man. But this is exactly what we got to have our trust in these last days, man. Boy, Hosea, boy, he pulling them, man. That's the exact precept I just said, man. That's through the Spirit. All praise. Let's go to Proverbs real quick. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 25 and verse 19.
Proverbs chapter 29.
25. 19.
Proverbs chapter 25, verse 19. Confidence in an unfaithful man in the time of trouble is like a broken tooth.
Guess what, man? It says confidence in an unfaithful man in time of trouble is like a broken tooth, man. All it's gonna do is vex you sore, get on your nerves. It's in the way you want it gone, man. Like even Capt Jerubbaal, man. Shout out Capt J-Ball, man. Think about it. I was literally talking about a toothache yesterday.
Yeah.
I know that mother vexed him sore. He couldn't get rid of it. Anything he tried to do to relieve himself of it, he couldn't get rid of it. And that's how the Lord compares when you have confidence into an unfaithful man. When you trust into this election and you feel like, oh, Ms. Harris was gonna win or Mr. Trump was gonna win, guess what? You put your confidence into a broken tooth, man. A damn sore, nasty, gunked up, full of gingivitis tooth. This is what you trusting in, man. A damn cavity, a plague, man. Plus to trust in the Lord. The one who, guess what, who gives you all these things, who gives you the increase. This is what we have to have, right? But read.
And a foot out of joint.
Guess what? Like a dislocated foot. Like you just twisted your ankle, you broke your ankle, your foot don't work, or your leg fall asleep or something. That's how much confidence you got. That's how the Lord compare these things, man. You know, you sitting here limping around, you can't move. It's just, oh man, I just can't wait for this to be over with, man. Because I'm going to tell you, one of the easiest things that hurt the most and take forever to get rid of is a damn twisted ankle. Like me, I done tore ACL, I done tore ligaments and muscles in my knees and all these things. And yeah, it hurt for a long time and I got over it. But I'm going to tell you, man, a twisted ankle, it takes so long, man. It takes so long, man.
Because even when we was playing football on Sundays, man, hey, sometimes they don't even be intentional, man. But hey, it just happened, bro. You twist your ankle. Hey, I remember that mud lasted for a good probably 2-3 months. Hey, you know, and they ain't got no age on it, man. Because yeah, we know that we younger and we heal faster. But hey, when it come down to that twisted ankle, hey, that mud linger, man.
That's right.
That's it.
It's just like the Lord said, it's a foot out of joint. You want the foot to go forward. You got confidence, unfaithful man. You trying to go forward, he going backwards, man. The Lord is always pressing towards the mark and wants you to do the same. But when you trust in unfruitful men and unfruitful nature as a people, you always gonna backslide. You'll never go forward, man. Let's go to Psalm chapter 119, verse 86. Shabbat Shalom, Sister Deborah. How are you and Sister Yael doing out there in H-Town? Yeah, 119 and 86. Kind of want to get into the title of the class, man. It says, where does your faith lie? First, we want to get into what faith is, because a lot of Christians have it but don't want it. I say that again, a lot of Christians have it but don't want it. They have faith, so say, but they don't really want to have faith, because when you have faith and you want to do it, guess what? You perform and works with it. It comes with it. You can't lack, one will not lack another, man. Like, it's just what it is, right? But go ahead, I'll read it.
Psalms chapter 119, verse 86.
Bring it up.
All thy commandments are faithful.
Read that again.
All thy commandments are faithful.
This is what's faithful at the end, man. And through the Spirit, guess what? That's why Christ said is, I'm the one and true and faithful witness. And guess what? Because he is the commandments. He is the word of the Lord made flesh. The Lord said, all thy commandments are faithful. Read.
They persecute me wrongfully. Help thou me.
Guess what, man? This is King David. He said, man, they persecute me wrongfully. Help thou me. Guess what? We know King David didn't face no persecution. He was a king, man. Guess what? He had some from Saul. And even when he was sore vexed, whenever he was getting persecuted by the other nations from his wrongdoings. But all these things were deserved. This is talking about us through the Spirit, man. He said, all the commandments are faithful. He said, they persecute me wrongfully. Help thou me. Even through the Spirit, this is Christ. Come on, man, we got to look at these things for what it is. But the Lord said, your faith, the faith that we should have is in the commandments. This is what we got faith in these last days, man, in the commandments. We trusted in them churches back then, giving them 15%, 20%, thinking we was going above and beyond for our God. The whole time, the Lord, Pastor Gino Jenkins and Mari and all these gold mouth scholars was just robbing y'all blind, man. And not just our people, not just Jake. Esau robbed y'all too. The thing is, he doubled down. He robbed y'all in the church on Sunday, then robbed your ass Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, made you work on overtime on Saturday. Then I'm finna take it all away come Sunday. This is exactly what they do to us. But that's what happens when you put confidence and faith in men, not faith in the Lord. But hey, this is what happens, right? Let's get a little bit more on that faith, man. Let's go to Sirach. We're gonna get a couple of these, man. Sirach chapter 15, in verse 15. All praises, sister boy. I'm glad y'all doing good.
Sirach chapter 15, verse 15.
Bring it out.
If thou wilt keep the commandments and to perform acceptable faithfulness.
It says, if thou wilt to keep the commandments and, so it says keeping the commandments and to perform. The word perform means it's an action word. So the boy can back me up. It's a verb or it's an adjective. Either way, those are both action words. It says to perform acceptable faithfulness, man. Because faith is not just something that, oh, I got faith. Because we're going to go to James. And that's why I love the Bible. It's so plain sometimes. I'm talking about it's plain as hell. You want to have faith, this is what you got to do for the Lord. Think about it. Everybody love to go to Romans chapter 4. I believe verb. Okay. DISD work a little bit, right? But it says to perform acceptable faithfulness, right? It's a performance in these things. You can't just slack. You can't say, oh, I got faith, and then you're not showing it. That's why I said everybody love to go to Romans 4 when they talk about Abraham and how he had faith. But guess what? Abraham had to do a lot. Abraham was finna put up Isaac on the block.
It's action.
That's an action. Measured out everything, got the altar prepared. That was an action. They was finna get ready to slay him. That was an action, man. If it describes a thing, I think it's an adjective. Well, guess what? They both are action words. So I know that. Verb is an action. Adjective is a better verb. So we both right. Both right to be wrong. To hell with Esau's English. But whatever. But everybody loves to go to that. But guess what? When you look at all these things, everybody performed an action of faith. Jacob, when he had to work for Laban all them years, that's a performance. All these things are performance so that, hey, I could have got the wife that I wanted. But guess what? He ended up getting all of them. He still had to perform a work. Joseph performed a work of his faith. Daniel performed a work of his faith. You can't name a prophet in the Bible that didn't perform a work in his faith. Even Jonah, he ran from it, but then he had enough faith what the Lord told him it was going to come to pass. That's why he went to go do it eventually. I mean, we got to look at what it is, man. But it says that thou wilt to keep the commandments and to perform acceptable faithfulness, man. This is exactly what it is. Now let's go to James. Shoot, the classic, man, 2 and 14. We just want to get that in there, man, for edification's sake. Just in case brothers and sisters don't have some of these precepts, add them to your arsenal. Getting the understanding thereof and continue to build on these things, right? James chapter 2 and verse 14.
James chapter 2 and verse 14.
Salakia. Well, yeah, no, go ahead, yeah.
Verse 14. What doeth profit, my brethren, though a man say he hath faith?
Read.
And have not works.
It says, what's the profit in that? What's the profit in saying, oh, I got faith, but you don't got no works behind it? Like, what's the profit in saying, man, I'm coldest on Madden, you don't even got a game to play it? Well, I want to see you work. Why I can't? How does that make sense, man? That's like saying, man, I'm the best worker here, but you got fired. You can't work.
Don't have a job.
You ain't even got no job. Man, I wash them dishes the best, but you don't wash them. It's a lot of times when we put a whole lot of this, I do this, but you really don't. Like a Christian to say, man, I love Christ, but you don't keep his commandments. I follow him wholeheartedly, but you don't keep his commandments. I got faith in the Lord, but guess what? You don't keep his commandments. That's the works. You can't name a time when those prophets that follow Christ didn't put work behind it. It's just what it was. But watch this read, all right?
Verse 14.
Yep.
What do it profit, my brethren, though a man say he had faith and have not works?
Read.
Can faith save him?
That's a question. Can faith save you? Man, for real, but you break them dishes. You the best cleaner in the world, but you break every dish you clean, man. That's right, Jose, man. It says, can faith save him? Jump down. I'll jump down to verse 17.
Verse 17. Even so, faith, if it had not works, is dead, being alone.
And guess what? Mine said, my alone. So in my 1611, it has different words, meaning either coming from the Hebrew or from the Greek. My alone right here is Greek for by himself. It's by itself. So if you don't have faith, if you have faith without works, it's dead, being by itself. You have to have them together. It's a marriage between these things, man. That's what the Lord joined together, and no man can put asunder. But we find a way to put it asunder, man. If the Lord say, "Hey, you gotta have faith with works," you be like, "Say what he say? What Smokey say? The Lord say, keep the commandments." I be quiet, but when he leave, I be breaking them again. The Lord say, keep faith and works. I be keeping them, but when he leave, only keep the faith again. This is how it go. Guess what? I love making jokes and references to movie because I know it appeals to the people and you can kind of relate a little bit to it. It's like, because you already know. Think about it. Think about the spirit Debo had. It's like, if you didn't do what he was going to do, he's going to whoop your ass. That's what the Lord does. But guess what? We know, hey, Craig ended up getting the one up on Debo. But guess what? That's not how that worked. In the end all be all, hey, the Lord is the very high Debo, and nobody's above that Debo. You better not be lacking when he come around on that damn cruiser or something, man.
You say he Nehemiah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But Salaki, read on, man. Verse 18.
James chapter 2, verse 18.
Bring it out.
Yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works.
Read.
Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works.
Mm-hmm. It says, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. That's crazy. I'm talking about the Lord is so poetic with a lot of things, man. He said, well, you got faith, and I got works. Well, show me your faith without your works. Show me how much faith you got in the Lord, but you don't read your Bible. Show how much faith you got in the Lord, but you don't keep the commandments. Show how much faith you got in him, but guess what? You done voted. You done went to this election. You done went on and just loved the whole world. You got an Edomite wife, an Edomite husband. You got faith in the wrong God. You got faith in the wrong God, man. Because faith and works, guess what? If the Lord say, hey, you got to believe and have faith that Deuteronomy 73 is what it is, the work behind it is doing what Deuteronomy 73 is. You can't say, oh, yeah, I believe the Lord, but then you don't do what the Lord tell you to do, man. That's the point of having faith. That's literally what faith is, knowing and believing the report. That's literally what believing the report is having faith in that report. Knowing that, hey, Yahweh, he came to establish his Bible for us. It was written by us, for us, and only for us. And it's up to us to have that faith and have these things, knowing that, hey, it's going to pay off in the end. Because matter of fact, we're going to keep getting into it in the class, man. But read on.
Verse 19. Thou believest that there is one God.
Read.
Thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble.
Read.
Verse 20. But will thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead?
Come on, man. This is easy. I'm talking about, he said, oh, vain man. He calling them earthly men, man. Vain men, natural men. Men that don't have the spirit. Guess what? Women that don't have the spirit of truth and error in them, man. This is how these things go. Read.
Verse 21. Was not Abraham our father justified by works?
I mean, but in a Christian, a good old evangelist for good old Sibo will go with Romans chapter 4 and just talk all about Abraham. He had faith as a mustard seed. They love doing that. But guess what? What did it say with James? It said Abraham was not Abraham our father justified by works? That's how he got justified from the Lord, man. That's how the Lord continued to let that lineage go through them. I guess you're going to Sirach 44. Yeah. That's spirit, man.
Yeah,
Let's finish this out, man. We get it. Go ahead.
Verse 21 from the top. Was not Abraham our father justified by works?
Read.
When he had offered Isaac his son upon the altar?
And guess what? That's another action word. Offered. I mean, it's going to be a lot of action words in these things, man. Because you can't have faith without works. This is exactly how these things go, man. Go ahead, Doc.
Verse 22. Seest thou how faith wrought with works? With Salakia. Seest thou how faith wrought with his works?
Guess what? It says, seest thou how faith wrought with his works, man. All these things coincide one with another. He said, hey, you seen how he had his faith with his works. It wasn't one and then it was another. He didn't say, I got faith in the Lord, and then a whole lot of chapters later, he showed that faith, and he showed a separate work with no faith. That's literally walking in vain. That's just you in the truth for no reason. You just doing the work. I know I'm supposed to come to the feast day. I know I'm supposed to eat. I know I'm supposed to clean up. But you don't got faith in the things, man. You don't got faith that the Lord is gonna come bring us out of this captivity, give us salvation, deliver us from the heathen, man, and bringing us to Yahweh. You don't believe that tabernacles is really a spiritual thing that we're gonna be doing in the wilderness, the second wilderness. You don't even believe in the first wilderness. You got the works. You just sitting there, you doing the work. Let's just say, hey, you might be reading all the time at camp. Might be doing all the works in the school, in the building, paying much alms, but your faith ain't there. You really don't believe in it. You just doing it because, hey, this is what I was told to do. It's cool. It's all right or whatever. Yeah, it's straight. What's it like being in the truth? It's straight. You know what I mean? Well, guess what? You got all the faith in the world. I believe in the Lord. Yeah, I love the Lord. Yahweh Shai. Baruch Shai. Yeah, Baruch Shai. Read. But you ain't got no works behind your belt, man. When it's time to read, you don't read. When it's time to study, you don't study. When it's time to go to the streets, you always got an excuse. When it's time to clean up, oh man, I gotta go, man. The wife and the kids, man. Or, oh man, my back hurting. Damn, captivity didn't kick my ass. Guess what? It kicked everybody's ass, man. Right. I tell everybody, whether you at the house, I'm gonna tell you, man. Hebrew told me that. He said, man, that's why I respect everybody the way they work. He said, man, regardless if you working from home or you work out in the field all day, man, captivity is captivity, man. And you tired of it. Guess what? You got to sit there in front of this damn computer all day, type up Esau thing, man. I had to literally sit there and see how much Esau makes every day. They can pay a bill 4-5 months in advance, pay on their mortgage. They say, yeah, he said, I'm going to have this house paid off by next year. This is in November. The house still had $150,000 on it. How you gonna pay this by the beginning of the year? This is how they move, man. But guess what? You got faith in Yahweh Shai, but you have no works behind it. It's dead, man. It's dead, man. Go ahead and pull that out.
Let's go ahead and get that Sirach 44 and verse 19. Cause yeah, y'all know I work in the sun.
That's right.
Hey, with any weather condition, man. And then I keep behind the computer, man. So yeah, captivity is captivity. Cause who the hell want to work for their enemy, man? Hey, they watching your every move. Cause hey, at my job, hey, they driving around in the trucks all day. And hey, they looking at this man on the camera all day. Like, come on, man.
Man. Well, he said, faith without work is like buying the new game and not playing it. Then when your friend asks you to hop on, you say you don't have it. Man, for real, man. That what made me laugh, bro. Hey. Like, what Smokey say? He said, damn, I want $200. He said, what'd you say? Allah. What? But then it came time to it, man. This is how it go, man. Oh, man. Go ahead, man. Yeah.
That's Sirach 44 and 19.
Sirach chapter 44, verse 19. Abraham was a great father of many people. In glory was there none like unto him.
Read on.
Who kept the law of the Most High.
Who did what?
Who kept the law of the Most High.
So that was his faith in his action right there, man.
That's right.
Or his faith in his works right there. Because, hey, Abraham understood, hey, that obedience, that also is an action, man. That's a work behind it, because even when he was finna sacrifice his son, that's that action. But go ahead.
That's right.
And was in covenant with him.
It was what?
And was in covenant with him.
And he was on one accord with the Lord, man. But go ahead.
He established the covenant in his flesh.
Uh-huh.
And when he was proved,
Uh-huh.
he was found faithful.
He was found what?
He was found faithful.
So, hey, y'all argue all y'all want about Abraham just having faith, but he said who kept the law of the Most High, man. But that's it on that.
And was found faithful, man.
Because of that.
That's right, man. I'm talking about this. I'm telling you, Jose, that stuff, it do hit home, man. I'm gonna tell you, man, I had people just call the phone like, yeah, I want to make a $30,000 payment. He said, after I make the $30,000 payment, I want to pay off for my next 4 months. Damn, and the stuff is like $2,000 a month. That's just in his house. And I got to sit here and ring this up. And I'm like, okay, it's going on the same cord. I can never do that. You know, average day Jake, the only time we spending $2,000 or $3,000 is on a credit card. We're not coming out the debit with that. But guess what? They have their faith in this world, man. Their faith is in SIBO, Trump, and all these world leaders in politics, man. That's where their faith is. And that's why they're showing forth in their works. Guess what? Hey, Trump said, hell, oppress the so-called African-American man, kick the damn Issacharites in the Northern Kingdom back to where they came from, quote unquote. This is what they do. And guess what? They show what? By their works. Guess what? Okay, well, let's give tax dollars to build this wall. Let's give tax dollars to push them. Let's continue to make legislation, keep making laws to make it worse for them, but better for us. That's their works by these things, man. But what is your faith and your works for Yahweh Shai, man? This is what it's going to boil down to. Where does your faith lie in these things, man? Because the Lord said in Isaiah, matter of fact, let's get there real quick. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 30. You want some more on that or not?
No, that was good.
Okay. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 31. Yeah, that's what I want. Matter of fact, now go to 30 and 2. Start at 1.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me.
Because guess what, man? You watching every presidential election. You watching the Senate House. You watching them pass all these laws. You watching the EU. You watching NATO. You watching all these news sources, but you're not in no prophecies. This is what the Lord's news articles are. He telling you what's coming on the forecast in the next 5 and 10 years. He tell you what's on the agenda, what's on the rise. The Lord told you, hey, it's rumors of wars, it's earthquakes, it's diverse places, it's going to be famines, it's going to be all these things coming upon the world. This is the Lord giving you the newscast. He's telling you what's going to happen, who's going to be fighting who. He gives you all these things unraw and unedited. But guess what? Nah, I want to go down and I want to listen to Egypt. I want to listen to the ways of the world. I want them to tell me I'm going to be okay. I want them to tell me that in 2086 that there'll be no pollution. You don't even know if you'll make it to 2086, man. It was a lot of, I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of older Israelites. Y'all know any of y'all above y'all 40s, even above your 30s. Y'all thought Y2K was going to be the end all be all. Then after that, it was 2012. Who would have known we'd have been here going on 2024, going to 2025, man? Look how these things transpire. And they reaching so far to say 2086, 2090, 2100. And the Lord will rain fire and hailstone tomorrow, man. We can't have faith in these things, man. Because whenever things go down and go dark, Y2K, 2012, everybody left their faith in the world and try to get right with God. That's exactly how this go, man. Guess what? Hey, guess what? We have faith in that thing. We have faith in their sources. We didn't have faith in the prophecies. We knew all the prophecy hadn't been fulfilled yet. But since America and all the news articles said, hey, this was going to be the end all be all, we believed it, man. But watch this. It says you go take counsel, but not of me. Read.
And that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit.
Read.
That they may add sin to sin.
And this is what you're doing. This all you're doing is adding sin to sin, man. Because one, you trusting in man. Two, you leaving the commandments of the Lord. And guess what? Three, you going against your God. It's all the same thing to him. But read.
Isaiah 30 verse 2. That walk to go down into Egypt.
Now you walking down to go into Egypt. You was outside of Egypt. Now it's like, nah, I want to go back to Egypt. Read.
And have not asked at my mouth.
Read.
To strengthen themselves in strength of Pharaoh.
It says to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, man. You going down to the Capitol building, you going down to the government building to ask for this assistance, to ask for this build-up. You asking for them to give you that increase instead of praying to the Lord, man. We know we got to go to them for the one of all things. But guess what? If you jump up before that, the Lord says, because you didn't serve me with joyfulness and gladness of heart for the abundance of all things. In order to get past 48, you got to get 47. This is how these things go, man. You have to break these curses one way or another. But when you choose to go down to Egypt and get strengthened by the hand of Pharaoh, you're going to get what you get. What did Pharaoh get? Destruction, man. And what you going to get following behind Pharaoh? Destruction, man. Have faith in him if you want to. Read.
To strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
Read.
And to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
You trusting in the damn shadow of Egypt. But watch this. Read.
Verse 3. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame.
He said that strength is going to be your damn shame, man. And the day that the Lord come, you're going to be like, damn, this nuke really wasn't even about nothing. Damn, this damn B-34 bomber, this damn stealth bomber with all these bombs, the big mother load, the big Bertha, it can't stop a chariot. Dang, we got a damn jet that break the sound barrier, but this damn chariot moves so fast, all I gotta do is blink. You see how this go, man? That's gonna be your shame, man. Like, damn, why did I go against the Lord? I knew he was real, but I just didn't have the faith in it.
That's crazy, man, because y'all could believe that them talking about 2086 and 2100, but they could barely even tell you when it's finna rain, man.
Barely.
Hey, yeah, because it'll be some days they talking about it's gonna rain all day, it don't rain a drop, man.
Man,
Come on, man.
I'll make it even better than that. They tell you there ain't gonna be no traffic on 67. Then you get up the next day, it's traffic. You can't trust them for nothing, man. You can't trust them for nothing. Sister Boy know how 45 get. You look on the thing, oh, it say, okay, it should be this light traffic. You get up, it's traffic everywhere, man.
Man, just like today, the damn rail had failed across 45, man. You seen that?
Nah.
Yeah, it was a rail that had failed across 45, and like it was all blocked off, man. Yeah, that must be on Instagram, on that Dallas news channel, or you know it's always that Texas Latino.
I'm gonna tell you, even on a smaller scale, we trust on our phone to wake us up.
Right.
And your phone still don't wake your ass up. If the Lord don't want you to hear that alarm, if he don't want that alarm to go off at all, it's not gonna go off.
Right.
You get up like, dang, I know I set my alarm. Whole time, you done set the alarm for 7 p.m., not 7 a.m. That's how the Lord do it. He'll choose to wake you up when he want to wake you up. He'll choose to do whatever he want to do. Just to show you that, hey, I control all things. You have to have your faith in me if you want to make it any further, man.
That's right.
But watch this, man. It says, read that again. Verse 3.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 3 from the top.
Read.
Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame.
Read.
And the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
Because there's going to be a lot of confused people right now, man. It is a lot of confused people out right now. They think, hey, voting and an election was the only thing to get them out this captivity. In these next 4 years, if the Lord allows us to make it to another 4 years, watch how these same neighborhoods, that was the same ghettos and slums, how the only thing that's going to change is the property tax, the amount of bills we pay, and the amount of murders that increase. That's the only thing that's going to change. It might be more drug stores, might be more liquor stores, might be more of those. Or guess what? They'll gentrification and kick us out of those damn neighborhoods. This is how it goes. But guess what? We some damn Beavis and Buttheads, man. We just gonna run right behind and be like, you know how Beavis and Butthead is, man. And it's just falling right behind it, man. Oh, that's crazy. I guess what? I bet they didn't predict that was gonna happen. This is how it goes, man. Like Jose said, turn off the alarm and go back to sleep and be late. That's exactly how it go, man. The Lord will make you dog. I'm gonna tell you, man. I be having so much faith in my phone sometimes, bro. I be looking at my phone and say, okay, I'm gonna get 8 hours of sleep. Man, I might mess around and get 9. Man, I still get up. I be like, man, I'm so tired, bro. I'm finna hit snooze. I be late. But let it be the times when it's 3 a.m. I just finished kicking it with the brews, or it's a feast day. I know I gotta go to work at 7. That's, Lord, if you just wake me up tomorrow and allow me to make it in time for work. Lord, wake me up at 6:55, full of energy. No alarm needed, man. This is what happened when you choose and you have your faith in the right things, man. He'll guide your paths, man. That's just how these things go, right? But he said, if you trust in man, that's gonna be your confusion, man. Let's get I don't think I need no more of that. Let's go to Romans chapter 10. Romans chapter 10 and verse 15. That's right, man. They think that paper money is really gonna help them, man. I'm gonna tell you, the paper money, government officials have said paper money is just an IOU. That's literally all it is. It has no monetary value no more, man. When you look at all these things, when you look at the treasuries that all of the world has, it's not money. It's gold, it's silver. It's the natural resources of the earth. It's telling you what it really is. Think about it, man. Them damn small hats, they the paper money. But when you dig deeper into the treasure of the earth, that gold and that silver, you gonna find us. This is how these go, man. Guess what? They gonna try to recompense us and give us some IOUs, but no, the Lord will say, hey, I owe you. I owe y'all a good, diligent, and swift ass whooping, man. And that's what the Lord gonna give y'all, man. Read Romans chapter 10 and verse 15.
Romans chapter 10, verse 15.
Bring it up.
And how shall they preach except they be sent?
Read.
As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace.
Read.
And bring glad tidings of good things.
Because guess what? The good things we telling you is that, hey, Yahweh Shai is on his way. Yahweh is speeding up the time. These heathen are in trouble. Drop everything. Come quick. Israel's in trouble, man. These are the good things that we telling you. Keep the commandments and live. This is exactly how these things go. This is the gospel of peace, man. This is the gospel of peace. These is the good tidings. Because how much longer do y'all want to keep paying taxes? We get happy. I'm going to tell you how bad we done been so damn watered down. We get happy when they lower taxes. Nigga, you still paying taxes. Oh, man, instead of taking 5%, they only taking 4.9. Ain't God, won't he do it? Won't he do what? Keep you in captivity? Come on, man. The goal is to get out of captivity, not to make it easier. The Lord will make it easier if you follow his commandments.
This ain't your rest, man.
This is not our rest, man. That's why Officer Barakai shout out, man. Hey, I will litter where I please, man. This is not my rest, man.
Hey, man.
Shout out, Capt.
I told you that. That's just paper, man. To to start up the fire that's to come, man.
Man,
Just
this
put
mud is
paper
gonna
in the
be
fire.
burned, man. Burn, baby, burn, man. But read on, Knock, verse 16.
Romans chapter 10, verse 16. But they have not all obeyed the gospel.
Man, guess what? We giving out the gospel. We giving out the free game. But a lot of people don't receive the gospel. A lot of people don't accept it. The gospel they have is the gospel of Sibo. We giving the gospel of Yahweh Shai. The real Yahweh Shai, man. Not that bastard, man. That soft, effeminate man. That smooth, silky Dove lotion commercial man. No. You know how you get the Old Spice commercial, you get a strong, manly looking man, but you get Dove, you get the man that's in the shower rubbing the soap all slow and smooth. That's Sibo. See, the Lord is Old Spice. We ain't advertising none of them. To hell with all of them, man. We like frankincense and myrrh. We like that good aroma, man, not the bad stuff, man. But read on, Doc. Isaiah, yep.
For Isaiah said, Lord, who had believed our report.
And that's what it come down to. Who has believed our report, man? Who have believed the report of the Lord? Because when you believe in something, you got faith in it. Like you believe, I really truly did believe I would have made it to the NFL. And I had faith in that thing. And the reason how I showed my faith by the work that I put in for it.
That's right.
Now I'm coming into the truth. I have faith that I'll make it to the kingdom if I keep the commandments.
Right.
But that ain't the only thing I got to do. I got to have works behind these things,
That's right.
man. I got faith that I won't fall no more, and I won't fall to another harlot, man. But I got to have works behind it. Guess what? I got to get off social media if I got to. I got to stop going around certain people. I got to stop being around my worldly friends and worldly family if I got to. That's the work I got to have behind it in order to get away from these things, man. You can't just have faith that you won't do it without showing your works, man. This is exactly how these things go, man. If you have faith to be a great leader in the truth, well, you got to show some damn works behind being a leader. You can't just have all this faith and have all these things of, yeah, man, yeah, I'm in a leader, I've been in the truth all these years, man. I'm just tell bruise and tell y'all what to do. This is what we're going to do. But you don't got no works behind you, man. It makes no sense. That's like, bro, that's like saying you lead, King David leading the charge, and you got to fight a fake leader in the back talking about something. Yeah, guys, come on. They already gone. You a fake leader, man. You don't have, I'm talking about, man, you got faith. You ain't got no works, man. Well, guess what? You got the works and you ain't got no faith in it, man. This is how it goes. If you don't have them together, guess what? You lacking in somewhere. You lacking somewhere, man. But guess what? It said, who believed the report? Who did believe the report, man? Man, for real, Donovan Henderson, please do not bring it up, man. Go ahead, I agree.
Romans chapter 10, verse 17. So then faith cometh by hearing.
Faith cometh by who?
By hearing.
Guess what? Faith has to come by hearing, right? Christian, look, see, I told you when I go to church Sunday, that's exactly, I know that's how I get my faith. That's how I get me to junking and to get my shoulders to twitching and to get my arm to shaking and get my tambourine to shaking in my right hand and get my feet get to moving. And Granny ain't moved like this in 10 years. But guess what? Hey, the Spirit of the Lord done picked up, huh? No. Granny just been lying. Granny knows she can move around. Granny might just be lazy at the house. That's just what it is. Granny knows she can come in here on a Sabbath day, on a Saturday, and come get built up by the Lord and have that same feeling. Granny, you ain't got to jump and shuck and jive to get the Lord his praise. You don't have to do that. That's a lot of works without no faith. That's a lot of work to do. You doing all this working, and you really don't even got faith in the Lord. Because you don't have faith that the Lord will destroy all the Edomites. You don't have faith that the Lord is going to destroy America. You don't want the Lord to do that. Therefore, you don't got faith in it. Like Day said, he said, I hope you don't get it. He said, you ain't going to get it. I hope you don't get it. You ain't got faith in it, man. You really don't want the world to end. You don't want Babylon to fall. You don't want these things to come to pass. You don't have faith in it because you don't want it to happen because you know your end game, man. My wife asked me, she said, well, if you in the truth, like, and if you know, like, how does the Lord already know if you're going to make it or not. So then why would he choose you to be in the truth? I said, because the Lord gave you two options. He gave you life and death. He gave you two lots. You either be with the heathen or you're going to be with the just, man. But guess what? Not to say the Lord won't bring you in the truth to let you, hey, guide it out for yourself. The Lord said it's a straight path. It's fire and water. He know what's in fire. He know what's in the water. He know the way to both. He also know that straight path. It's on you. You already predestined to fall in one of these three lots. It's on you whether you fall in it, man. This is how these things go, man.
Yeah, because just like Capt Benaniyah had said a while back, and it stuck with me. If you in this truth right now, you was in the truth back then, man.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, the Lord, you probably fed off, and the Lord give you another chance at that thing, man.
That's right. That's exactly right, man. That's why I said a lot of people have been kind of losing family members left and right. And I always tell them, like, hey, just pray that the Lord bring that spirit back to get right before it's too late. Because it's nothing else you can do in the grave. You just pray that the Lord, hey, bring that spirit back so that he can repent and get back right with you, Lord. Because that's all you can do, man. That's all you can do. But watch this. Read 17 again.
Verse 17 from the top. So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High.
Guess what? That's how you get the word. That's how you get faith, by hearing the word of the Lord. The truth. The commandments. Like we read in Psalms 119 and 86. Those faithful words. Not what the pastor told you, what he wrote down on a piece of paper and told you to read this precept, this half a verse, and then let's jump and dance and let's listen to a lot of music, man. This is how it goes, man. It says, I'm ready to learn about my heritage. I'm ready to learn about the Most High, Battle Axes, the Most High. One of y'all connect with me. Man, LaRon, man, if you're serious about it, man, we got numbers in the description. We got tons of classes, classroom settings, even when we out there on the streets. I would say just explore the page. Me and I can kind of dedicated our time to making milk classes, and we put it all in a little subtitle in our playlist. It's milk classes. If you want deeper breakdowns and parables, it's in there too. Just a lot of things that you can look at, man. And then, like I said, in the descriptions of the captain's number, you can give him a call, see where you at, and guess what? We can see if you can get you up here to the school, man. But all praise to the Most High. But it says, but so then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Lord, man, of the Most High God. This is how you get it, man. By hearing the word of the Lord, man. But when you slack it and you miss it, you'll lose it, right? Let's go to Matthew. Chapter 17. Might cut out one of these stories. Matthew chapter 17. Let's start at verse 15.
Matthew chapter 17, verse 15. Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is a lunatic. For he is lunatic.
Mm-hmm.
And sore vexed.
Read.
For oft times,
you had it right.
Right? He falleth into the fire, and often into the water.
That's right, man. It says, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is a lunatic and sore vexed. For oft times he falleth into the fire and off into the water. This is how these things go. He said, hey, Lord, you got to fix my son, man. He vexed. He falling to the left. He falling to the right. He might be good. Then he get a demon on him. He get back good, get another demon on him. These spirits are running rapid through my son. Help me, right? Read.
Verse 16. And I brought him to the disciples, and they could not cure him.
Guess what he said? I brought him to thy disciples, and they couldn't cure him, man. When you read in Matthew chapter 10, verse 1, that's when all the disciples, the 12, got those spiritual powers to cast out demons, the unclean spirits, to heal all manner of sicknesses and all the diseases, right? But it says right here, they couldn't cure him. She said what was wrong, couldn't cure him. Read.
Verse 17. Then Yahushua answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation.
Guess what? Read that again, huh?
O faithless and perverse generation.
He's talking to the disciples. It wasn't like he was talking to a scribe or a Pharisee or a non-believer. He was talking to the disciples. He said, oh, faithless and perverse generation, man. Read.
How long shall I be with you?
Because they automatically do in our head, shoot, if we can't do it, Christ will do it. Yeah, he got it. No. You want to take Christ's teaching and guess what? Turn it up to the max. You want to make sure that you're doing the work for him, not letting him just do all the work. If that's the case, hey, you be a Christian. Guess what? They love to say, I'm covered by the blood of Jesus. He did it all for me. No, he didn't. He did his part. Now it's time for you to do yours. He came to give repentance and give us that grace. Now it's time for you to take that damn grace and go. Keep the commandments. Keep growing. Keep prospering. Keep turning down the lust, concupiscence, and temptation. Turning down these things, man. This is how it goes, man. He said, then Yahushua answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? Read.
How long shall I suffer you?
Read.
Bring him hither to me.
He said, man, bring him hither to me, man. Read.
Verse 18.
Hold on. It says, I'm an Israelite. I'm the same color as Christ. Well, we don't do color, brother. I mean, because you can be dark and you can be an Edomite. What is your tribe? Leron or Leron? What is your tribe? What is the race of your father? I see y'all brothers kind of dealing with that, man. I just wanted to get in there. Go ahead. Verse 18.
Verse 18. And Yahushua rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him.
Read.
And the child was cured from that very hour.
Because guess what? That's what it was. Christ said, hey, get thee hence, right? Remove. This is how it goes, right? Read on, Doc.
Verse 19, then came the disciples to Yahushua apart.
Guess what? They kind of came to him on the side, man. He went hard on them in front of everybody. He went hard in the mud on them, man. He said, man, how long should I be with y'all? Man, bring them here. So the disciples waited till everything cleared out. They was like, come here, Christ. Come here. They kind of pulled him to the side, right? And what they say, read.
And said, why could not we cast him out?
Guess what? They thought it was something strange, like, Christ, you didn't give us that power or something? You know, you just gave us all this power. Like, what's up? We just said, hey, get out of him. It didn't work. What's going on? Read.
Verse 20, and Yahushua said unto them, because of your unbelief.
Because of your who?
Because of your unbelief.
It says because of your unbelief. They didn't believe they could do it, man. They was given all the works. Think about it. That's the works. You got all the works of the Lord to cast out spirits, to heal the sick, the blind, the lame, to bind up the brokenhearted. You have the gospel physically, but you don't got the faith. You don't got faith. Guess what? It doesn't work, man. You seen that the disciples was given the works, but if you don't got faith, it would never work, man. Come on, man. I'm telling you, man. Even the dude who tried to buy the Holy Spirit, he had faith that stuff was working, but he didn't have no works with it. It wasn't working for real, man. But read on, verse 20.
Because of your unbelief.
Read.
For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you.
And that's just what it comes down to, man. I'm talking about a Christian love having the faith of a mustard seed, but they do not have the faith of a mustard seed. And if they do, they don't have the work to water it, to guess what, to till it, to make sure they're just getting the right nutrients, and guess what, to make sure it bear fruit. This is how these things go, man.
Because that mustard seed gotta grow.
It got to grow, man.
I don't know.
That's the starting point is this. That's not the ending point.
Hey, man.
Lord, I kept this mustard seed all the way for you so that you can grow it. Nigga, I made you the mustard seed so you could grow it.
What fruit is?
Come on, man. I'm talking about the Lord is a parabolic king, man. Read on, Doc.
Verse 21. Howbeit this kind goeth not out by prayer and fasting.
It says, howbeit this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting, man. He telling the disciples this. He said, hey, y'all just gonna have to pray and fast on these things. But guess what? We knew they didn't have to pray and fast. Why? Because they had Christ with them. This is when it's talking to us now. Now, hey, that faith, it's on us now. We can have all the works. We can have all the precepts in our Bible, have all the understanding of deep parables. But if we don't have faith that it'll work and it'll touch your brother and relieve that demon off of him or remove that demon off that sister, it'll never work, man. Like, if you got all the works to bring your mama in the truth, but you don't got faith that you will bring your mama in the truth, she's not gonna come in the truth. Unless it'll be in the Most High will. I mean, it's just what it is, man. If that's your ministry, and if that's your lot, and you don't got faith in your lot, the Lord will not let your ways be prosperous, man. It's just what it is, man. Disciple or not, this is them. Come on, man. But let's go to Romans chapter 3, man. Romans chapter 3. 3 and 3.
Romans chapter 3, verse 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect?
So guess what? They said, well, what if some didn't believe in it? What if some didn't believe that Christ has come back and kill all the heathen? And guess what? Kill a lot of wicked Israelites. Bring us into the Holy Land, the land of milk and honey. Restore us in the back of the days of old. Give us all the things that we promised. Guess what? Have all the heathen bringing back the victuals and bringing back the wear and the force and bringing us back all these things? What if we didn't believe these things? What if somebody didn't believe in it? What if should it make you fall out the truth? Should it make you be like, well, since you said that, big bro, or since you said that, sis, and since you said that, or guess what? Since you said that, Cap, officer, it can be anybody that can lose the faith and waver sometimes, man. Daddy, mama, is that gonna make the faith of God without effect? Read.
God forbid.
God forbid, man. Lord forbid that I should believe you more than I should believe the Lord, man. No matter who you are. Like I said, mama, daddy, brother, sister, cousin. Your cousin, sister Tracy told me that you was over there. And she said she seen you at the party with somebody, right? Come on now, tell me who she was. But, I mean, it don't matter who it is, man. Like, I had a class last week. The Lord is no respect of persons, man. The Lord just don't have, oh, well, his daddy said that he don't believe in me, so it's okay if he doesn't. No! If he don't believe in him, okay, we'll kill the daddy and keep the son. Or vice versa, we'll keep the son and kill the daddy. Well, vice versa to vice versa. Because I said the same thing twice. But this is how these things go, man. The Lord has no respect of persons when it comes to trying to overrule his judgment, man. If the Lord says keep my commandments and somebody tells you not to keep the commandments because they don't believe in it, should you not keep the commandments or should you keep the commandments? These are how these things go, man. It says curse started 1619, ended 2019, 400 years ago. These curses are still alive and kicking in 2024. Because you just see 2 days ago, we had a president that ain't our people. We not in our homeland. We still under tax and tariffs and slave trade. And just in case they don't tell you slaves, you still a damn slave. I'm gonna tell you how they get it now. They just telling you relocating. Oh, are you able to relocate? Damn. I gotta relocate. I'm gonna tell you what they do to Esau. They make Esau a global manager to where he can still, matter of fact, they take him out the office and let him work from home. But the so-called Negro, nah, you gotta travel with the company. Well, how come I didn't get to stay home like he did? We still under the same curse, Donovan. It's crazy how that's kind of crazy. But yeah, it says God forbid, right? Read.
Yea, let God be true.
Read.
But every man a liar.
That's right, read.
As it is written, that thou mayest be justified in thy saying.
Read.
And mightest overcome when thou art judged.
And that's just plain as day, man. That's plain as day. Let's go to Isaiah. Chapter 1, man. I love Isaiah chapter 1. Isaiah came in, he was swinging to the fences, man. He was swinging real hard for these things, man. Isaiah chapter 1, and we're going to start at verse 21.
Isaiah chapter 1, verse 21. How is the faithful city become a harlot?
He said, man, how did this faithful city become a harlot, man? How did Israel, so mighty, so fruitful, did all the works, had all the faith in the Lord, now it became a damn harlot, man. Lovers of many. Want to love the other nations, want to love other God, other deities, other ways, have faith in something else. How did it come to this, man? Read.
It was full of judgment.
Read.
Righteousness lodged in it. But now murder.
Guess what? It said it was full of judgment, righteousness, but now it's full of murderers, man. Brothers hating each other, killing each other literally, physically, spiritually. Guess what? A lot of RAPE. Because all these things consider to murder, man. Spiritual fornication with other gods, man. That's murder too, because that's cheating, man. Look at all these things that we are doing, man, in this land. Not even just here in America, but across the four corners of this earth. We have greatly polluted this land, man. I'm talking about, it says how. The Lord is asking how, man. It was full of judgment and righteousness, but now it's full of murderers, man. Read.
Verse 22. Thy silver is become dross.
Dross is just ugly, and just the ending piece. It's like when you cook something in the oven and you take it out and you got the little black stuff at the bottom. That's what it is, man. That's what he compared the silver to. Read.
Thy wine mixed with water.
Yeah. Think if you drinking some unagitated soda. There's some soda without no carbonation. Some Kool-Aid with too much water.
Yeah, like them water-ass drinks that be at Applebee's and
Man, just some watered-ass damn drink. Think of somebody, you had some liquor, and you don't think about if you had some liquor and you done let the ice melt all in it. It's like you drink a whole bunch of water, and it's like, ugh, why it tastes like tequila now? It's just nasty, man. Read.
Thy wine mixed with water.
Read.
Thy princes are rebellious.
Read.
And compassion of thee.
Companions of
thieves.
Read on.
Every one loveth gifts.
Read.
And followeth after rewards.
Guess what? Everybody love tax returns now. Everybody loves Section 8. Everybody love food stamps. Everybody got faith that Trump is going to come back and try to put the world back in order. That we're going to have lower tax rates, lower gas prices. Well, this is what we got faith in now. We love the rewards and we love gifts. When Trump come, man, we hit the stimulus. We was up one. Give me my money, right? We love that, right? It sound good. But he called you rebellious in the beginning of this, man. Read.
And followeth after rewards.
Read.
The judge.
They judge not.
They judge not the fatherless.
Read.
Neither doeth the curse. The cause of thy widow come unto them.
That's right. Read.
Verse 24. Therefore saith the Lord of hosts, the mighty one of Israel, I will ease me of mine adversary.
Read.
And avenge me of mine enemies.
That's right, man. He said, man, I will ease me of my adversaries and avenge me of my enemies, man. That's what the Lord is going to have to do. Because he know who polluted us. The ways of the world. And guess what? He said, I'm going to whoop your ass, man. I'm going to whoop your ass because you the one that shouldn't have did it. But I'm going to whoop your ass because you the one who told him to do it. That's how it go. Read on, Doc.
Verse 25. And I will turn my hand upon thee.
Read.
And purely purge away thy dross.
Read.
And take away all thy tin.
Man, read.
Verse 26. And I will restore thy judges, and at the first, and thy counselors, and at the beginning.
Read.
Afterward, thou shalt be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city.
And this is what the Lord is putting back together now, man. He said, I'm going to purge you of that dross, take away all that tin, because tin is a cheaper damn metal, man. He said, hey, it was silver. He said, I'm going to take away the tin so it can just be silver and gold, man. And guess what? It ain't going to be silver. It's going to be gold, man. The Lord, I'm talking about the Lord is going to purge us, man. That's why it's got to be a 2/3 and it's got to be a 1/3 and it's got to be 144. This is what the Lord is talking about, man. He said, then at that time, he said he's going to restore our judges at the first and thy counselors at the beginning. It says, afterwards, thou shalt be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city, man. We're going to get our name back, man. No more being a harlot to our Lord. We're going to be that faithful city again, man. We don't want to be the land full of harlots no more. We don't want to be that we the damn bando to the Lord, man. This is not how this goes, man. We want to be that faithful city again. Right. We want to, guess what? We were talking yesterday, Camp 101. Guess what? We all are considered married to the Lord, man. We want to be that pillar of rest to our Lord, man. When he come home and when he come back to see his land, it's undefiled, man. The same way when you left, it's the same way when you came back. Plus, I got something ready for you, man. I got a whole bunch of fruits for you, Lord. Take a seat, man. This is how we want to do for our Lord, man. We don't want to no more be a harlot with having that whorish forehead, man. We want to be purely purged from these things and the sins and the iniquity. But who do you have faith in? Do you have faith that the Lord will do these things for you? Or do you have faith in those rewards? Do you have faith in those gifts? Come on, what do you have faith in, man? Let's go to 2 Timothy, man. We're almost out of here. 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 7.
Second Timothy chapter 4, verse 7. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course.
Read.
I have kept the faith.
Guess what, man? This is a mighty thing, man, that you can say at the end of the day. Think about it, man. Jacob's trouble at an all-time high, and then you just see Christ crack the sky. Oh, guess what? Even before Jacob's trouble, when you know you're on the last stand, you may be sick, you may have got persecuted in this truth, and you on your last breath, you on them last closing stages, and you can say this in your head, man, through the Spirit. It says, I have fought a good fight, man. I overcame those demons. I overcome the persecutions. I kept the faith to the end, man. I didn't waver. And if I did waver, when I fell, I got back up, man. This is burn a desire inside your spirits, man. To keep going, to keep wanting to fight. You fell, guess what? You might have fell hard as hell, but you got back up twice as harder, man. You may have fell away. You may have fell out the truth, but now you back in the truth. The Lord might have blew that candle out, but guess what? You grabbed the light and you kind of burnt it back going, man. You got to keep that oil, man, because as long as you got oil, the Lord to keep that fire going. It said, I have fought the good fight. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. The lot that the Lord gave you, you completed your lot, man. Think about this thing. When you feel like it's a lot more to do, you ain't finished your course yet. But when you get there, just think how much better it'll seem. All this work you done did, all these hours you done spent studying, reading, praying, fasting, coming to Sabbath class, going to the streets and teaching, being a good wife, being a good husband, being a great sister. All the time you spent sewing them damn fringes on, all the time you spent teaching your loved ones, all the time you spent edifying yourself, staying away from the lust of the world. You can say, man, I finished my course, man. I did it. You can, just like Rocky when he got on top of the damn the steps, man, raise his hand up in the air. I did it, man. I finished my course, man. And it says, I have kept the faith, man.
Right.
Because that's what's going to take us through these times.
Right.
It's going to take us through these end days, is that faith in the Most High God, man. I did it. That's the best thing. When you know you finished your course, and then guess what you're going to hear? Well done, my well and faithful servant, man. Guess what? You the tribe of Levi. Yes, sir. Be like 30 at 30, and I'm going to run my ass in there, man. Yeah, I ain't going to argue. Hey, I thought I was, hey. Well, I thought you went in the kingdom now. You know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. The Lord told me I'm Zebulon. Well, hey, okay, my friend, I'm going to run. Issachar tell me, hey, I might wreck halfway there, but I'm going to get there. It's just what it is, man. But you want to finish that course, brothers and sisters. If your faith lie in the Most High God, you have to finish the course that the Lord gave you. But if you want to trust and have your faith in the Word, guess what? It's a crash course, man. And it's set up for you to fail. And if you think you passing in this world, guess what? That's why the Lord said it'll be your shame. It'll be your confusion thinking that you're making it in this world, man. We have to trust in Yahweh Shai in order to get it out of here, right? Let's go to Revelation, man. Chapter 14 and verse 12. Last two precepts, man, then the law.
Revelation chapter 14, verse 12.
Read.
Here is the patience of the saints.
Read.
Here are they that keep the commandments of God.
Read.
And the faith of Yahweh.
Guess what? That's a Trinity cutter showing that we got to keep the commandments and have faith in Yahweh Shai. Knowing that he's going to come back, knowing that he's going to deliver us from these times, knowing that he will be that ultimate judge because why the Lord passed it down to him to do these things. Knowing that, hey, this is exactly what's going to come to pass. If Christ said it, best believe it'll happen. If he came to establish the law, this is what he came to do. If he came to, hey, put more explanation on certain laws, that's what he came to do. Christ never went against Moses, and Moses never thought to put himself above Christ nor the Most High God, man. What Christ came to say, guess what? Moses said the same thing. Guess what? Man, I'm talking about this is a heavy thing, man. A heavy thing, man. This is the faith. This is the faith that we got to have. Get this last one. Let's go to, stay in Revelation, go to 17 and 14, man. That's right, man. Hey, that's right, Brother Dexter. That's a great precept. Second Edges 8 and 1. That is a great precept, man. Great precept. Read.
Revelation chapter 17, verse 14.
Read.
These shall make war with the Lamb.
Read.
And the Lamb shall overcome them.
Because guess what? Best believe the world is against us right now. You think, I'm talking about, everybody keeps saying, hey, with Trump's 2025 plan that he got, it's going to shock the world. The new world order is on its way, man. What are you gonna do? Where is your faith gonna lie in these days, man? Where is it gonna be? Is it gonna be saying, hey, make America great again, or make America fall again, man? Make Babylon to fall again. This is, hey, it's whatever it is, man. I'm gonna make a hat like that, man. Make Babylon fall again. That's the shirt. Hey, what Jerubbaal say? Hey, put that in your pipe and smoke it, man. I'm talking about you heathen, man. It says, these shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. Read.
For he is Lord of lords.
Read.
And King of kings.
Read.
And they that are with him are called and chosen.
In what?
And faithful.
Man, that's it, man. He said, they gonna make war with the Lamb. But guess what? He said, hey, the people that's with him, they called, they chosen, and they faithful, man. Hey, where does your faith lie? Because it said, hey, Christ will prevail in these things, man. And it's people that's with him are the faithful ones. So you're going to have faith in Egypt, or you're going to have faith in Yahushua. In the power of the Most High God, man. That's for you to decide and something for you to meditate on, man. But with that, man, we're going to say shalom. Shabbat shalom to brothers and sisters that tuned in, man. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. Help us push the truth across the four corners of the earth, man. Thank you, brothers and sisters that give to the GoFundMe and to the Cash App. That money is being greatly used, man. Brothers and sisters, y'all can keep giving to the alms, man. We greatly, greatly appreciate it, man. To keep bringing out classes, to keep having the building for classes, to keep having enough food to provide for brothers and sisters that come in, man. To have lights, to have Wi-Fi, to power, electricity, water, all these things to make sure we have great feast days for the Lord, man. We want to make sure that we keep magnifying the ministry, man, so that we can't be blamed for anything. I never noticed, you'll never see the priests nor any of the people of the children of Israel that'll let their congregation fall, that'll let the temple fall, where the Most High God dwelleth. They'll try their best to keep it up. So brothers and sisters that are giving good alms, man, the water, man. Y'all keep going hard for the Lord. And I pray that the Most High God continue to give y'all increase to keep doing these things, man. Thank you for the brothers and sisters who can't give financially, but y'all give spiritually, throwing up righteous fasts, righteous prayers, not only for us and the congregation, but for all Israel, man.
Right.
Like I said, man, just the water, man. Y'all keep on pushing, keeping the faith, keep on keeping the right faith and the right things, man. And good things will happen to you, right? Here at the Battle Axes, man, we always finish with a law, statute, and a commandment. Today, we are going to finish with a... you could say it's a statute. I would say it's a statute. But Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 9.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 9. No. Now, no, therefore that the Lord thy God, he is God, the faithful God.
The Lord is a faithful God, man. And we have to be faithful servants. Read.
Which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him.
Read.
And keep his commandments to 1,000 generations.
So guess what, man? The Lord has faith, and if he didn't have faith, if the Lord lost faith, then he'll forget the covenant, the mercy that he had with our forefathers, and he would have casted us off.
Right.
If the Lord didn't lose faith, we can't lose faith in him, man. That's point blank, period, man. And with that, man, we're going to say Shabbat Shalom, man. Israel, man. Shalom.
Shalom.